Two. Wow. Great technical wrestling from Matt Taven there. I think ever since Taven has challenged here title. Like with the climax, to see more technical wrestling from Taven.
They must have said climax like 14 times already. I get it. Climax. Jesus Christ.
I thought he had brat on his tush.
That's what I thought it said before on his tush. I like it.
Wee little tush tush.
What? Oh man.
I like seeing. I like tag team matches where it's tag teams teaming with other tag teams, and you just see cordial tags between like other tags. I like those things.
Yeah, me too. They just know their role. They know their
Lee is for Shane.
What?
I said, look how happy Lee is for Shane. He's like jumping on the sidelines. He did a move. He did a move.
I told you I like Taven because he has a dog named Gryffindor.
Yes, that's right.
And his Instagram is known as his Instagram is 10 points for Gryffindor, which I love.
Yeah, I always love people who tell you their fandom through pet names. That's always
right.
Big green flag.
Yeah, is that a green flag? I feel like that's a beige flag.
Nah, bro, that's a green flag. I mean, depending on what you've named your dog, like.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And some dancing there from Moriarty. Tag made. And
my friend's dog's name is Rondé.
Barber?
Yeah. Yeah, good boy.
And Taylor clears Uno. And Taylor looking to make a tag. And now it is Taylor. The tag to Gibson.
What do you think Shane Taylor's dog's name is?
And Gibson with a shot.
Probably.
Yeah, see Shane Taylor working well.
Hold on. Don't rush me.
I would never rush you.
Willing to do so. Get the win. Oh, Zach Gibson caught slipping there. And you see that apron nearly bare, nearly clear. It's Taven trying to fight back Gibson now. With the shots in the upper torso, front face lock now. Gibson up and over goes Taven. Taven on corner. Lance Gibson. That heel kick from Taven comes out of nowhere. Who least expects it. And Taven looking to make a tag. It's James Shrimp.
All right. He would have a dog that was like real sassy, always giving him attitude, and he would name her Felicia. And then every time the dog would just walk out of the room and leave him alone, he would just say, "Bye, Felicia," and it would be a Friday reference.
Because he loves Friday.
Yeah, it would be that. That would be his Friday fandom.
Got it.
Either that or he would have a real lazy dog and he would name it Big Worm. Which would also, of course, be his Friday fandom.
If John Silver has any pet, they're all referenced to 90s movies or TV or something.
Right.
100%.
90s movies or TV or something.
He's like a bulldog named the Great Hambino or something. I like the t-shirt and I like a shirt and tie.
That was cool.
That was cool. You're ahead of me.
Oh, man, he pointed out. Y'all still didn't get it. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Shane Taylor just downed him with the clothesline, but then, of course, Evil Uno just has to pull down a rope, and there he goes. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when they hit, I'm like, that shit hurts. I don't care what you say.
Yeah. Like, it's not like they don't get hit. They just prepare themselves to take a hit. It's like a stunt
Right.
man.
They don't get hit with a closed fist.
Like stuntmen know how to like fall a certain way.
A good old pratfall.
Oh. Somebody's about to jump on them. Oh, maybe not.
No, they're going to the ramp to set it up. They're not going to jump that way.
Nah, bro, they're leaving.
Oh, no, they're going up the ramp.
Yeah, they're leaving. They're done.
Is that considered a ramp? It's more like a walkway.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a ramp really does imply a slant. An angle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, man. DA Jace is really,
This is going to end with a nice Shane Taylor pinfall. Like it's, uh-oh. Ooh. Big right hand. Mike Bennett's not playing around.
I like Mike Bennett.
Oh, maybe Lee gets it. Does it matter who's legal anymore? I mean, 4 people left. These people are going for a pin. Were they both legal? Did it matter? There you go, Lee.
I think Lee was legal.
Huh. Well, that was an evil smile, so
I liked it.
who knows? That was smart,
I
considering.
really like Lee Moriarty.
I mean, considering he's got the open challenge tomorrow night, that would make sense.
Who's going to answer the open challenge?
I mean, based on this, I would guess that Taven tries to answer it again, but Lee kind of already used his promo to talk about how Taven thought he was going to be the one. Nope, he couldn't do it, so who can? So the open challenge almost seems to be like a response to him already getting past Taven. So honestly, I almost feel like Taven should be disqualified from the open challenge. Like he shouldn't be allowed to answer.
Yeah.
If you just had a title shot and then someone makes an open challenge, you shouldn't be allowed to say, oh, well, I want that too.
We'll see you at Final Battle.
All right, guys. Well, that was our watch along portion. Thanks for joining. Time to get into the meat and potato.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not just smart, they heal more. They're not just smart, they heal more. They're not just smart, they heal more. They're not just smart, they heal more.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans and friends, we are back once again with everybody's favorite Ring of Honor post show. That is right. I am the custodian of charisma. I am the ophthalmologist of optimism. She is the sultan of sarcasm and the sorceress of sass. I am Brady. She is Danielle. We are the best friends in all the land. We are the heel marks, and this is Mark of Honor. We just witnessed Ring of Honor TV finish, and it was a true, or as true as we've seen from Ring of Honor in a while, go home show for the final battle. A lot of times we'll see the show before the pay-per-view be just that. The show before the pay-per-view where they talk about the matches that are happening, but you don't really see those people on the show. You don't really see too many promos. You don't really see too many matches leading up to it. This match felt very much like a go-home show for Final Battle, which is, of course, going to happen tomorrow night, live from New York City.
New York City at Hammerstein, one of my favorite.
Hammerstein, if you ask our world champion.
Jericho, yeah. Hammerstein. Yeah, this show was a little bloated, but it felt like just a regular show. Like there was just so much going on, but there's a pretty good lead up to what we expect for tomorrow. So that's exciting to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just happy that for the most part, a lot of the people on this show do in fact have something to do tomorrow night. And then, yes, there were certain parts where it was just kind of doing what our ROH show should do in terms of showcasing newer talent and showcasing newer acts. For example, let's just roll into an act that I'm happy to see on Ring of Honor. One, because Brian Cage is, in fact, the TV champion, so he should, of course, be on the show. But also, I like the fact that Don Callis has a tag team. He's brought us a tag team in the Murder Machines. Brian Cage.
Murder Machines. What a name.
Oh, great name. Great pairing. So, yeah.
Well, Lance Archer makes Brian Cage look very small.
It's funny. Maybe that's it. I told you earlier. I was scratching my head. Like, did Brian Cage get shorter? Like, I
thought he shrank for a second.
Did he get leaner? Did he get shorter? What's going on? And then I'm like, oh wait, is Lance Cage just making him look smaller?
Lance Archer's gigantic.
Lance Archer, yeah.
Yeah, Lance Archer's gigantic, so that's probably what it was. I was like, he looks so different. But yeah, I love this pairing. I think it's good. And good for Lance Archer, because I feel like Lance Archer deserves more attention than he gets. They pair him like one-offs, or they have him do these squashy matches and stuff and not really have him do much. And that always annoys me. But this, I'm all for.
And I do feel like, granted, it seems like the Righteous they really have their flags planted in terms of we're coming for the tag team titles.
Right.
But at the same time, every time you see a new tag team, you're kind of wondering in terms of, okay, could they become champs? What kind of champs would they be? This is a tag team that genuinely you watch them and then you ask, well, fuck, who could beat these guys? You know,
right.
like this tag team screams dominance, screams just a powerhouse team. So I love that we're getting them in Ring of Honor. I hope that, they become a regular occurrence here. But also I love that, and I obviously wish we could get better things from the Iron Savages. But in terms of how big these guys are, I love that this was a match we got, because it does allow the Murder Machines to get put over as a powerhouse tag team against anyone. More often times, we're going to
not just robbers without an entrance. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that a lot.
It's one of those things where it's just, this could be a very entertaining team if they did get anywhere near those tag team titles. So
I'd love to see that. And if the Righteous end up winning and then Brian Cage and Lance Archer go, that'll be interesting, because they've teamed Lance Archer up with the Righteous numerous times. So that would be a little fun thing.
Right. Also, yes, to get the gold on the Righteous, I feel like they went a dark, sinister way with the Righteous. But up till then, we had always been saying the Righteous kind of had a Wyatt family feel to them. Simply in terms of the way the fans reacted to them. Like, yeah, you're heels, but you're fucking cool as fuck heels, and we're most likely going to cheer you every time. So, like, once you take, this is, of course, assuming the Righteous do win, and we'll get to our predictions towards the end of this program. But assuming, for the sake of this argument, the Righteous are our tag team champions, you take away the Rhodes from it, right? Remove that whole story. Let the Righteous go on their merry way with the championships here in Ring of Honor television. I don't know how long they remain heels, if I'm being honest. Like, ROH booking and, fan reception, we do kind of have small memories as wrestling fans. I give them a month, and they could easily just have the Righteous feeling like cool tag teams again, with everything they did to poor Dustin, and we'll talk about it. But that just being, forgotten about.
I think they could make them back to babyface because the crowd's reaction to them, but I feel like what?
I was saying right.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes ROH doesn't know how to do that, and they're just gonna keep them heel for as long as possible until people till it sizzles out. And that's why I hope doesn't happen.
And listen, like I said, I do think that if they do become tag champs sooner than later, they would find themselves in a babyface side of the ring. And then when that happens, Murder Machines, this is a solid heel team that could easily step up to the plate. We've seen a few of them get created in the past month or two. between the infantry switching sides and becoming heels.
I like the infantry's heels a lot.
Yeah, them with Shane Taylor, 100%. Let's talk about it. I mentioned it a little while ago, but let's talk about what we did get from the Righteous. Their attack of Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes was just trying to get a workout in.
So much blood. So much blood. There was so much.
So I really liked this. I really did. So I gotta just get the thing that made me laugh out of the way so we can talk about this. And it's such a Brady thing to notice. Like, obviously no one else should be like talking about this, but like he goes in, right? And then like they waited maybe like 7 to 10 seconds before going in at him, right? Like they didn't try to make it seem like there was any time. There was no lapse. Dustin Rhodes is not a young man. This guy's not sprinting when he gets into a building so that he can start. He was vacuuming. That fucking cord, he had to plug it into the outlet. The outlet was nowhere to be found. So like there's a lot of time. He didn't do all this shit in 10 seconds. He was already in the ring. Like his jacket was off. Like for there to be no time lapse, this man would have had to superhuman just jump magically.
This is what you're concerned about, Brady. This, not the amount of blood. There was so much blood.
That's believable, though. He got his ass kicked. That's what happened.
That's like blood where you go to the hospital.
He got jumped. Of course he went to the hospital. You don't think this ended with a hospital visit?
That's blood you see in like Scorsese movies.
You know what? I believe that Scorsese movies are true to life.
No, they're not. Scorsese red is always the worst. That blood was Scorsese red. It was like, what are you doing?
I thought that was the most believable part about this entire.
That was the most believable part.
Listen, man.
I'm listening.
I don't think you are, because you don't seem to be on my side.
I'm just curious on why he was vacuuming the ring, and was he just clean?
Is that a thing? I was saying, like, listen, we've been to so many shows where the rings got messy. I've seen them sweeping the ring. They set the sweep out, when people drove thumbtacks and all that shit. Sweep.
You could have had him doing like crunches or like shadow boxing.
If vacuuming is a necessity, a cordless vacuum has to be a necessary expense.
Yeah, where's his Dyson at?
Did you see how long that cord was?
Yeah,
that
looks
cord
like my
was
mom's
ridiculously long, bro. There's no way.
My mom has a vacuum that's so old that the top comes off if you don't keep at least one loop of cord around it. So you have to like hold it. That's what that looked like. That looked like the vacuum from fucking Brave Little Toaster. That's what that vacuum looked like.
Is that really the first thing you do when you go into a gym ready to get a training session in? You get in early so I can vacuuming this ring that nobody's worked in because I'm here bright and early.
What was on the ring that a simple broom wouldn't handle?
Right. And it was just so casual with it. And it's like, I mean, and listen, and this is why I bring it up where we have to make fun of it, because it's clear as day. The only reason that he was vacuuming the ring was because they couldn't come up with any other way for him to not hear them coming in, walking, and like even saying, you go that way, this way. So it's like, we need a vacuum so you can't hear.
Or he could be doing a workout with headphones on.
or they could have, their music could have just been blasting because of the gym, and that's what happens.
They should have really had him like dancing to some salsa or some like bachata and like some fun music, or like jam it out to like a boy band, and then they attacked him.
Or maybe they had like a really, really expensive coffee machine and it had to make a lot of noise, and so we get both. a loud coffee maker, and he's dancing to a little batata.
Yeah, the vacuum was just absurd. There, like, who thought of that?
Also,
where did they get that vacuum from?
Why did he have to vacuum the ring? There wasn't anything else that could have needed a vacuum. They could have, I'm sure, so much space. You couldn't have put a rug anywhere.
Also, this man didn't pull his back, lifted up that heavy ass vacuum to get it into the ring. You gotta like push it under. It's so much
And
work.
once again, this was done in 13 seconds. Yeah.
We spent way too many time on this fucking.
I mean, listen, this is just us being assholes and laughing at things that are funny. However, once again, looking past that, I really do love this new energized righteous that we've gotten. We've been waiting for them to tap into this forever.
Why didn't he have shoes on? Was he trying to be sneaky?
Oh, of course, obviously.
Is that he had no shoes on when he started attacking Dustin? I was like, why?
They didn't know he was going to be blasting a loud vacuum cleaner. They were expecting him to be a high
soft shoe. They were doing this soft shoe.
Listen, they're chic. They know the sounds that their shoes make. They're on their sneaky game right now.
I do like this though. I love this like thought out maniacal righteous. I love them as heels. I think they're great. They have a great vibe. Like I love them.
No, and everything they've done with them right now has done two things. Because it's gotten us way more, and I don't mean us personally as me and you, but just us as ROH fans and viewers, I think are collectively more into and interested in the righteous than ever before because of these layers that they're showing. But also, I think we're probably more interested in the tag team titles than we have been in a while. And I do think like Dustin and Sammy have been relatively boring tag team champions, no fault of their own, just in terms of how we don't see them often and this and that. But this program makes the overall championship race for the tag team titles very exciting because we're seeing hungry challengers flat out say, screw you guys. You have what I want. We're coming for it. And then, of course, they've gone the extra level and made it a personal feud with Dustin and invoking Dusty into this and attacking him in his sacred space, which is, of course, the gym that he gets there early so he can vacuum the ring before anyone gets there. So, like this is they've taken it to new levels, and I think that's really going to make the championship match tomorrow night stand out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like we feel like this is a meaningful match, and it's not coming from nowhere. Like they're not just like, oh, we're just having a match. This is a build-up storyline that we've been so behind for such a long time. Being ROH fans, we always get so frustrated when there's not a lot of storylines going on, and this is a great storyline. Yeah.
Very much looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing more from the new tag team of Lee Johnson and Big EJ. We did see Lee Johnson take on Bishop Khan based on what happened during and after the match. It does seem like the team of Lee J and Gates of Agony, we might be getting a bit more of a feud from these guys, which is interesting because I've had Gates of Agony pegged as soon-to-be contenders for the tag team championships for a while, only because they are undefeated in Ring of Honor as a tag team, which is rare for anyone, and they've been able to hold this for a while. So the fact that it seems like they're going to be taking that undefeated record into 2025, I'd be surprised if they didn't come out on top of any feud they were in. But Lee J, this is a new team. You want to put steam on them. We saw Lee Johnson get the win tonight. So this is interesting. I'm interested to see where this takes us.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes to. I'm really looking forward to it. So looking hopeful for the new year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of both these guys. I think Bishop is just not spoken about nearly as much about the things he can do. Gates of Agony as a whole, but I'm a big Bishop guy as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like Bishop a lot, too. It's so funny. The three, like, I'm looking at three of the names, and those are the names that pop for everybody. But, like, Bishop, yeah, he really can be a standout and is a standout. And, like, I don't think he gets mentioned nearly as much as he should.
Yeah. EJ also just has
I like EJ a lot.
aura to him. And so I am interested to see where the team of Lee J goes. We know exactly where Lee Moriarty's going, and that is the final battle with an open challenge tomorrow night. I'm interested to see who we get.
You know who we're getting?
Who?
And his name is John Cena. Do, 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 do.
That'd be so funny.
Imagine, and then John Cena won. That would be bonkers.
I mean, really, the funny thing would be Matt Taven in a mask.
No, I don't want that.
Just Matt Taven puts on the mask and it's like,
no. He can steal Serpentico's mask since everybody steals his damn mask.
I mean, it's with open challenges for pay-per-views, mainly like an ROH pay-per-view, an AEW ROH pay-per-view. I'm almost conditioned to think, oh, okay, it's somebody not from the roster, right? Like this has got to be a surprise, right. Like an ROH legend, or even just an indie wrestler that has a big following right now.
Maybe see one of the Japanese wrestlers coming.
Yeah, exactly. Someone from Japan, maybe someone from Mexico. I could see, I could see a luchador popping in for it. I could see
Commander in a match.
Commander is in a match, actually.
Okay,
yeah,
I was like, "Can it be Commander?"
Right? No. He's gonna be in the match for the TV title, actually.
Oh, please let it be Kyle Fletcher. That would make me so happy.
Nah, I think Kyle Fletcher is past ROH. Kyle Fletcher is Continental Classic bound, so I don't think it's gonna be anyone like that.
I know. Do you remember when he used to be on our show and we got to talk about him first? Now everybody loves him on AEW, and we're like, we loved him first. We loved him first. Double Rock On's crossover.
I mean, I don't know who it could be, but I love what we're getting, like this new confident swagger from Lee.
Oh, and this is awesome.
Honestly, I hope the surprise is more of a legend because Lee should win. Like if it's more like a newer wrestler, Lee might just get fed to them as a way to like have them come in with a hot debut.
It's gonna be Samoa Joe.
No. Don't you put that evil on Lee Moriarty. Don't you do it.
No, he's not going to take it from him. He's a legend.
Nah, Samoa Joe's not a legend. He is a legend.
He's not a legend.
I mean a legend that is like done with his wrestling career. We're still waiting on Samoa Joe to return to the ring, to return to TV. Like he's recovering from an injury. He's not out because he's done. That's okay.
It's going to be, I don't know.
I know you don't know. That's why
it's going to be Claudio Castagnoli.
Okay. Very, very good, Danielle. You did it. You fucking figured it out. You cracked it. You cracked it.
It's going to be Lee Johnson.
Yep. That's it. You cracked it.
Imagine no one comes out.
Guessing. We know you don't know.
Imagine no one comes out.
Yeah, everyone just comes out and it's just slow claps at the head of the stage. We all agree. And then Johnny TV comes out and is like, I'm finally TV ready.
Oh, that's who's gonna come out. Dalton Castle is gonna come out.
Bro, I miss Dalton Castle.
Me too. I love Dalton Castle.
I miss him so much. You know who else I miss seeing on a Ring of Honor TV? Queen Aminata.
Oh my God, what a breath of fresh air. I was so happy to see her.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad we get to see her. You know, they use her more on AEW TV now than Ring of Honor TV, but still, it was just fun when I saw she had this match. It was this is going to be fun. And, Queen is queen. Like, I love, like, where she does that spot where she just takes their head off in the ropes. And then this time she looks into the camera and she says, where's her fucking head? I'm like, God damn, Queen.
Oh, man. This is what happens every time we like someone on our ROH, they take them from us.
I mean, that's really what AEW has ROH built to do.
Right.
Because there's no separation. It's not like NXT where there's a dividing line of the rosters. So really, he puts people he's not sure of on Ring of Honor. Some people, like the Queen, just immediately catch on where everyone's like, oh, shit, this is a diamond in the rough. And then he's like, okay, cool. to AEW you go. And then Kyle Fletcher is TV champion. Everyone's like, holy shit. You see this guy on Ring of Honor, Kyle Fletcher? Tony Khan's like, oh shit, I do. Kyle Fletcher, to AEW you go. And that is how it continues. And because, it happens as it happens. There's no like organization to it. It just kind of happens as it happens.
Still gets me sad. I miss everybody. I miss seeing him on ROH.
But we did get her tonight in a match against Lady Frost.
I was very surprised they had her with Lady Frost because Lady Frost is such a powerhouse too. But I was happy to see this because I think they're both incredible. So I was really happy to see this. And again, I felt like this episode of leading into Final Battle, there wasn't really like quote unquote jobber matches, which I like.
Right.
And it was more like actual competitive matches. And that's not knocking local talent or anything like that, but this is more competitive. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Queen Amanada is gonna win, but if Lady Frost won, it would make sense too. So it was one of those things,
I would have been shocked if they brought Queen Amanada in to put over anyone.
Right.
To be honest.
You know what I mean?
But right, like I do agree that Lady Frost should be picking up wins right now because Lady Frost
100%.
is appearing on Ring of Honor more. And whereas if you told me Queen Aminata was appearing on wrestling one time this week, I would probably guess it was going to be on AEW TV. If you told me Lady Frost was going to appear, I know exactly where it was going to be. So to that sense, Lady Frost definitely needs wins, and it's kind of surprising to see her be put in this position. But at the same time, Lady Frost is someone who also, it's good to see her get reps in with somebody of Queen Aminata's caliber and see her go the test of time and see her go all 12 rounds, see her take someone established in Ring of Honor already to the limit. And then when she does start getting wins, it'll be like, okay, we've watched Lady Frost struggle. We've watched her grow. We've watched her evolve and pull out these wins now.
Right. And I'm looking forward to watching Lady Frost grow on here since they took out my Queen Amanada away, even though we got to see her tonight. So I'm really excited for Lady Frost.
Yeah. I was really excited that we saw Sydney Akeem on Ring of Honor TV. Very shocked that he wasn't on the winning end of this, though. If anything, because of who he was facing. Like, if I'm being honest, like
Pentago's usually the one that's taking the L.
Right, but also it's like Sydney Akeem is making a good name for himself on the indies. We've seen him here and there with Ring of Honor, but his skill set and just everything that he brings to the ring, his style of wrestling is very much in tune with Ring of Honor. He could be very valuable to them. So you'd think he's someone they'd want to bring in and use with a little momentum, to the point that if you're putting him in the ring with Serpentico, I'm assuming you're using Serpentico to get him over like he's done with countless before them. The fact that so you're deciding, Serpentico, we're going to go ahead and give you a singles win, which we rarely do, and it's going to be against someone like that's what's more shocking to me than anything.
Right. I mean, while we were watching this together, the video, and you were like, he won?
Yeah.
It was kind of a shock. Yeah. Because I wasn't important. Yeah.
We always make our predictions before, try to prepare these slides and put in who we think. And I 100% had to reverse this one. I 100% thought they were going to have Sydney go in over Serpentico on this one. Because and that's the thing, because the truth is Serpentico, he gets a win. It doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't actually do anything for him, really. Because next week or the next week, he'll be in a singles match that he loses against, or he'll be in a tag team match that he loses, or even a tag team match that he wins that gets him and Helico nowhere near to the tag team titles. You know what I mean? They just don't do anything with Serpentico. So to see him get a win against somebody who we're kind of opening our eyes, just seeing him on the screen, like, oh, Sydney's here. Okay, wait a minute. And the draw to Sydney Akeem is to see what he does next because of his Cirque du Soleil background and everything he brings to the table that other people can't do. So there's a lot of, I think, attention to his matches regardless who he's facing, simply because what can Sydney show us? What is he bringing to the table tonight? So once again, to see Serpentico of all people squeak out the win here, I was a little surprised. Booking wise, it surprised me.
Yeah, definitely booking surprise. A booking surprise.
Speaking of booking surprises, I was pleasantly surprised that they used AEW's 0 hour match with QT Marshall and Big Boom AJ to get QT Marshall back in the mix, because the truth is, like, he was the unsung hero of that. Like, he pitched that match knowing it would do good things for AEW. It did. And now it's going to do better things for Big Boom AJ, as Tony Khan loves that guy. He's bringing him all over on his promotional tour. He's probably going to bring him back for more matches. I'm pretty sure the Rizzler's got a contract waiting for him if he wants it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, QT does deserve some applause for that. And QT's the job he has with AEW, it seems like, is mostly behind the scenes these days, and like helping other talent and helping this show or that show. But I never knew if it was because that's what he wanted, or if he kind of just assumed, yeah, my in-ring career is done. AEW doesn't use me like that anymore. So to see, the work he put into that program, now getting him another program here where he'll get a match with Jay Lethal, seeing time here on Ring of Honor television, like, I'm happy for QT. He deserves it. And this was a hell of a promo. Like, he's been waiting a while to say this stuff.
This promo and thing, I will say it went a little bit too long for me, but it was powerful and meaningful, and that's something that I really liked about it. Like, they were really giving it their all while they were doing this backstage interview or promo or whatever you want to call it. I really liked it, but I did think it went on a little too long.
Yeah, I think so, just a little bit. But I do think it was, like, definitely one of the better things I've seen from QT. Like, he really tapped into a higher level than I've seen from him. He really got in evil with it. And Jay Lethal had to dig into another level also to be so sympathetic. So I thought they both did a good job here and got me excited into a match that I really didn't know I was excited to see.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this match. Like, this was just a match that I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a cool match. And then, like, they kind of built it up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was already looking forward to Athena and Billy Stark's match over the weekend, but this tag team match was still fun. I was curious to see if they were going to act well together. I was curious to see if they were going to do anything cliche, like have Athena leave Billy or have them lose because they couldn't work together. But they kind of did what I assumed they would do, which is they did give the win to Athena, let her get the pinfall victory and save any squabbling we were going to get of our soon-to-be opponents. Save that for after the match.
Right. I like what they did after the match when Billy was holding the belt and then she ripped the face off. I like that a lot. I thought this was really good. And it's good going into that match that, like, Billy's kind of nutty and, like, ready for revenge from last year.
Yeah, she needs to tap into that. And so me and you were in agreement. We do hate that ROH still just shows us flashback matches.
They always pick the longest match.
Yeah. How and you were even saying, like, I can't believe they're showing us a match from a year ago. Right.
Because people that have been following ROH have already seen this match.
Exactly. Here's the thing. Here's the only thing, and I'm not defending it at all. I'm agreement with you. I hated it. It was stupid, whatever. But one good thing that came out of it in terms of my, viewing experience, I was able to watch that and then very quickly after it be reminded, holy shit, how far Billy has grown in the year since.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
And it's funny because I was watching Billy Starks like a week or two, and I remember thinking, like, I don't know how different she is from the last time she faced Athena. And then now watching it, I was actually able to see, oh shit, never mind. Like leaps and bounds.
Yeah, it's exciting. You think Billy's gonna be the one to take it off? I guess we'll talk about that.
I mean, we will talk about it, but I've also been saying nonstop, like I haven't changed my.
It has to be Billy. It has to
be Billy. Yeah,
since it's not gonna be Queen Amanada, it has to be Billy.
And also, I mean, if it's not going to be Billy, having Billy face her again a year later seems almost mean to Billy. Like that just kind of seems like a booking decision you only do if that's the plan.
If that's the end game.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, I think we've got. I did. What did you think? I know you hate you hate Chris. What did you think about Chris Jericho explaining his?
You couldn't even get that out.
Right. I'm like, what do you think about it? Like, oh wait, Chris
Hammerstein Ballroom. Hammerstein Ballroom. Hammerstein Ballroom. If it was fine. It's very like the thing with Jericho when he does promos now for me, he seems like a company guy. And he's doing his stuff. He has bullet points he has to hit, and he makes it very clear he's hitting those bullet points. Like he's lost the zhuzh for me. Like the Zaza for me.
Je ne sais quoi.
No, I know what it's the zhuzh. It's not even the je ne sais quoi, because I know what it is. It's the zhuzh. It's the coming from the heart thing. He has bullet points that he has to hit. That's why he's like at Hammerstein Ballroom on December 20th. And then it's just a repetitive thing over and over again. It's not that it's not meaningful. It makes perfect sense. He's doing his job. He's doing whatever. But I don't know if this is a way for me to be like, wow. I don't know if it's me personally, but like, I want Matt Cardona to beat the shit out of him. Like, I'm looking forward.
I think that's his goal here. You know?
Right. I don't know if that's Danielle or that's like why Jericho does it this way.
I mean, I think there's another reason why Cardona is a perfect choice for a 100%. Contender for this match, for this arena, for this time. So I think yeah, a lot of ingredients are being put in the pot at the right time, with that water set to a perfect boil. And we'll get to that. Let's get to our ROH Final Battle predictions. We've got Final Battle tomorrow night, live from Hammerstein Ballroom.
Hammerstein.
I mean, let's talk about a match where I guess since we've kind of already spoken about it, I think our predictions are going to be clear for this one, but let's talk about it again. We're both very much looking forward to seeing the Sons of Texas defending this title. I'm looking forward to seeing how much of the injury Dustin is going to be selling, considering this seemed to be a fresh beatdown.
He's going to come out and they're going to be like, it's a no holds bar. And he's going to come out with that damn vacuum and start beating the righteous with it.
Oh my God. If that vacuum makes an appearance, I will immediately.
The vacuum has to make an appearance. It needs to.
That fucking vacuum.
He's going to come out instead of with a kendo stick. He's going to have the vacuum and be like, ah.
The shot of Dustin holding a championship up in one hand and a vacuum in another would just be iconic.
Oh. Or he puts the belts on the mat and he vacuums the ring before they have the mat.
That'd be the new.
That'd be the new. Yeah.
I just remembered.
Up the dust.
Bro, I just remembered he's trios champion also. So so that would be it. His partners can vacuum the ring for him because he's the
vacuum the ring while he comes on, and the vacuum.
They can vacuum the ramp as he's coming down.
He's gonna put the belts around the vacuum.
Bro, this vacuum is gonna get over quick. I'm telling you, this vacuum.
It's my new
and they
favorite.
Can sell inflatable vacuums for the little kids. Walk around the house, pretend.
Too bad Murder Machine is a thing now because it could have been the Righteous and the Lance Archer versus the Sons of Texas and the Vacuum.
That could have been their murder machine, the vacuum cleaner. If they just stopped everyone over the fucking head with.
Exactly.
So, on to the prediction.
I feel like the Righteous got to take it. I think this is the perfect opportunity. They built it up so long. I think it's the Righteous.
Yeah, they have to. Real quick, Hassan says, "Hi, happy holidays."
Hi, happy holidays.
Back at you, brother. Also, guys, if you want to give us not just happy holidays, but if you want to throw us your predictions in the comment section, we always want to hear who you guys think's gonna win. Danielle, I do agree with you for this one. And it's not even just what I think, it's also what I hope. I do really hope the Righteous win. They deserve it, and they can do amazing things. They already have done amazing things for the tag team championships, and that is in the chase. And that is as a heel team with about a month, I feel like, maybe a little more since their last pay-per-view. So yeah, like I just can't say enough about what the Righteous have done. And we've been saying it forever. All they need is opportunity. Just you give them something to do, they'll knock it out the park. And thankfully for us, that thing they were given to do was, hey, chase the tag team championships and make it interesting. And they were like, hey, say less.
Yep.
Say less. Speaking of somebody who needed an opportunity, we got QT Marshall with an opportunity, getting a match against Jay Lethal, ROH final battle. Danielle, who you got?
Don't pick me first.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
You go first.
Okay. So I want to say that QT Marshall is going to get awarded with a win here. But and it's like he's in a weird stage where I almost feel like the opportunity for him is just this. Like, it's just, hey, we're going to give you a program. You know, let's see what you do with it. We're going to give you a match. Let's see what you do with it. Like right now, QT's still in the, if you need someone to put people over, if you need someone to make people really care when that guy gets his hand raised, I'm your guy. So I think he's still going to run that. Also, I think Jay Lethal and Hammerstein kind of, like that arena kind of means a lot to him, I believe. Also, he's probably
go together like lamb and tuna fish.
Lamb and tuna fish.
Would you prefer spaghetti and meatball?
So yeah, I think we're gonna go with Jay Lethal getting the win here in Hammerstein, but QT's the winner regardless, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's gonna be Jay Lethal. I think Jay Lethal is gonna kind of be like, whose house is this? This is my house, and I'm just gonna show you. I don't think it's gonna be a squash. I think it's gonna be a great matchup, but I think. And there might be, you know, I hate it, but there might be a handshake at the end of that. I feel there could be a little handshake maybe. No, you don't think so?
I think
Maybe.
QT's trying to own the I'm a despicable motherfucker right now. Like,
yeah, all right, but I think Jay Lethal's going to kind of do whose house and put him in his place, and now it's going to be in Hammerstein Ballroom.
Okay, I can see that. I like that. Let's get into Layla Hirsch getting a rematch against Red Velvet for the TV championship.
I think Red Velvet's going to retain. I don't think Layla Hirsch is going to take it yet. I honestly don't think Layla Hirsch should be taking it, so I'm sticking with Red Velvet.
It's weird. I agree with you. Everything you've said. The only reason that I'm debating like going with Layla is because of the fact that like they already they just did this match.
Right.
So for them to do it again, like especially at a pay-per-view, that seems odd. There's other things they could have done. There's other talent they could have used for a random pay-per-view match that would have felt less random than a rematch. They could have had Red Velvet do an open challenge. That, you know, so like this almost makes me think like I probably am just going to agree with you here and go Red Velvet because once again, Red Velvet's reign doesn't feel like it should be approaching its end at all. But this almost feels like what they do or what they would do or should do before they would pull a surprise heel turn with Layla Hirsch. Maybe give her a muscle and then just have that muscle come in, Boom, take out Red Velvet, shock everybody. Layla Hirsch gets the win. She's a heel now, and somebody's watching her back. And she agrees. She's like, yeah, I know what I did wrong. I played by your rules. This stupid place in its honor. Honor got me nothing. Honor got me nowhere. You know.
Honor never gets you anywhere.
Nowhere. Gets you nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I kind of think that might happen. Like those are the vibes I'm getting. I don't trust myself enough to truly go prediction with it. So I'm gonna go with you and Red Velvet. But I like that's I almost get vibes that could happen only because why else would we get this match again so soon?
Because ROH doesn't know how to do booking properly.
Hey, unless of course they literally book the Layla Hirsch heel turn just how I said, in which case they know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
Let's see if they know what they're doing with our TV championship.
There's a lot going on here.
Survival of the fittest match. Brian Cage will defend against Willie Mack, Mark Davis, AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Commander.
I think Brian Cage, man, I like all of these people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I'm being honest here, there's only one person in this match other than Brian Cage that has an honest shot at winning, and I think it's Commander.
I knew you were going to say Commander. Right. It's like, do I want AR Fox to win? Yes. But is he going to? No. I think Brian Cage is retaining.
Yeah, tonight,
I'm thinking of how many titles might be changing tomorrow, and I feel like we have to keep one, and I think this is one that's staying.
Yeah, I mean, tonight's tag team match with the Murder Machines, like that alone almost makes me start thinking, oh wait, well maybe they will take the title off Brian Cage sooner than later. But and then it's like just to put him in an ROH tag team, like that's almost like I don't know.
Right.
I think Commander probably should have already been like Commander and the TV Championship almost feel like they were made for each other.
100%.
And I feel like Commander would actually do the most for the TV Championship, only because AEW can't help booking him on every fucking show they have. Like they love Commander, like they want to book him.
They love Commander. That's why when I was like, "Does Commander have a match?" and you're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Of course he has a match. Why would I even say that?" Commander always has a match. People love him. They love him.
Yeah, and like this match could be a match designed to get it on him. I'm going to go with Brian Cage for the same reason I'm going with Red Velvet. They really just didn't do enough with his reign yet to the point where it's like this match, Commander can steal the show and make everyone think, oh shit, he needs to be champ, but Brian Cage can still leave this match champ, but we can save that change for another day.
Right.
All right. Let's go with this match will be the main event, but only because we both kind of talked about who we think is going to win. Let's not save this one for last.
Yeah. Yeah.
But first, let's take a beat and applaud the fact that, and me and you talked about this off camera, but this will be the first time that two women main event at Hammerstein on pay-per-view.
And we were talking about how many ROH shows we've been to, or how many wrestling shows we've been to at Hammerstein, and sometimes there's not even women on the card.
Yeah, that used to be a regular occurrence.
That was a regular occurrence. There was never, or the women were in the pre-show and you never saw them after. Like it was never a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for lack of a better term, let's finish the story. Billy Starks. I think it's Billy Starks' time. They beat Athena, broke records. She's already the longest reigning champ. She's done all this stuff. We've been building up to this.
Yeah.
It has to be Billy.
Athena has done so much for the title, for the show, for the division, for the women, and what makes it even more beautiful, Athena has done so much for Billy as well.
Oh, 100%.
On camera, off camera.
Also, this would be a great way to end Hammerstein with the confetti, their cliche confetti coming down, and like the whole the whole Hammerstein arena going bonkers. Like, yeah, it has to be Billy.
Yeah, and I'm blanking now, which match. Oh yeah, QT and Jay Lethal. You thought that match ended with a handshake? I don't think so. This match will probably end with a fucking hug. And Athena crying her eyes out as she raises Billy's hand.
Maybe, or just sit in the corner and just do slow clap.
No, she's gonna acknowledge that that Mama is proud.
Yeah,
that's how she's gonna. It's going to be like that's going to be
it's wild. They're having Billy be champ. That's so crazy to me.
They're having Billy. I mean, if we're right here, they're having Billy close the fucking show at Hammerstein with confetti and a championship. What?
How old is she? 19, 20? She's young.
She was 19 last year, Final Battle. I remember them saying it all the time. So I assume she's 20 now, if not 21. I don't remember
crazy
exactly, what month.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's wild. Now I have to look up how old she is because I'm pretty
sure.
sorry.
You win the championship and then you can't have a beer to celebrate.
20. Her birthday is December 8th. She just turned 20.
She just turned 20?
Yeah, December 8th.
Shit.
She was born in 2004. Oh.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll make you 20.
That'll make you 20. Oh man.
But hey, I think she might be the 20-year-old women's world champion.
Me too.
And this is gonna be a really fun one. Like Athena really is gonna be able
go all
to look
out.
back at everything she did for the title and for her group with pride.
Right.
But let's get to the ROH World Championship match. Chris Jericho versus Matt Cardona. I mean, so many factors to consider going into this. Mainly what Cardona's future with ROH and AEW is. It's been out of ROH and AEW's character to put the championship on somebody that's not with their company, but also not really. I mean, we've seen some people get their TV championship and not even win it in America on an ROH show at all. So it's like they could.
I'm still salty about that, man. I'm still salty about that Tyler Fletcher thing. I'm still salty.
There's also rumors that Matt Cardona has received an AEW contract. Whether or not he's chosen to accept it, we don't know. Could that impact the result on here? Possibly. Is AEW and GCW planning something in the future? We don't know. Could that impact this? Possibly.
So you want to hear my prediction?
Yes, please.
Okay. So my prediction is Chris Jericho retains. However, I'm picking that Matt Cardona's winning because I am manifesting that shit and I'm putting it out in the universe because I want Matt Cardona to win this so badly. So I am putting it out in the universe that Matt Cardona is going to win, even though deep down I think Chris Jericho is retaining.
I like it
because I think Chris Jericho. I think Chris Jericho is going to show up on GCW when that shit happens, like in January at Hammerstein. He's going to attack Matt Cardona somehow. Somehow that's going to become a thing with them. But I'm putting it out in the universe. I'm manifesting that Matt Cardona is going to win, even though I really feel like Chris Jericho is going to retain. So that's my thing. I'm manifesting.
I'll be honest. I feel like Cardona's the perfect person to kind of come in at Hammerstein for the
100%.
At the same time, I could easily see them do something where what if Jericho wins this match, but it's done in a way that sets them up for Jericho to lose the ROH title to Cardona at the GCW show. Or does he win it and then he wins it back there? You know what I mean?
Right. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot.
Right.
And I mean, Matt Cardona winning in his hometown, that's a big thing. He's winning in New York. That's a big thing. And what a long fucking, two ex-WWE guys. And Cardona's having the time of his life in the past 2 years. Matt Cardona's been on fucking fire.
They only wrestled each other once, and it was in WWE.
Yeah.
You know who won?
Edge.
What?
I thought you were going to say something stupid, like someone came out. Matt Cardona won.
No.
Chris Jericho won?
No. Zack
You said-
Ryder won, you fucking ninny. Matt
Oh,
Cardona was
Zack Ryder won, silly. I'm like, wait, what? You're right, Zack Ryder.
I'm so silly.
Woo, woo, woo. Remember Christopher Weaver used to bug Matt Cardona with the woo, woo, woo all the time?
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? What are you talking about?
I miss Christopher Weaver. Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a fun one though.
Who do you think? You didn't say who's gonna win?
I'm not done. I've just started talking.
You're
you
just
just finished.
Oh, got it.
This is gonna be a fun one because like the last time Cardona performed at Hammerstein, it was Cardona wins, we riot type of shit. Like, you know,
He
he
won, though,
was,
right? Didn't he win? Oh no, he got beat up, right, by X-Pac?
yeah, that's right. That's right. Good memory.
Right? X-Pac's wasn't on his team, right? It was the other way around. He got beat
Right.
up. Him and Chelsea got beat up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like this is gonna be the opposite now. Cardona found a way, he's coming back in, and now he's the beloved hero at Hammerstein. So yeah, I'm trying to will this. I'm kind of like you. I want Cardona to win so much. Like I need that to happen. Yeah. I mean, like Jericho's been just the very mid champion for ROH, especially in this new Weve. So it's kind of like you gotta think, what's the most milk I can get? I can squeeze out of this decision to make Jericho my champ again. Granted, back when he was champion, the rumors were like that was to strengthen the idea, a chance of getting them a deal. So of course, switching to Matt Cardona, who's possibly not even contracted to you, being your champion, would of course mean that those reasons were bullshit, because this is not what you do if that's the case. But once again, we're just trying to will it. We're just trying to manifest it. So we're like, fuck it. Let's go Cardona.
Manifest it, baby. Manifest it.
Let's go Cardona. That would be a hell of a moment. Really hope it happens.
I really hope it happens too, because I also feel like Cardona, the last couple ROH champions, they're not a big social media presence, even though Jericho kind of is. But I feel like he's going to be posting so much with that goddamn ROH title. He'll be like all over the place with it.
That belt will be everywhere. That belt will be so everywhere. Much around Cardona's way.
He's going to bring it on friggin' on Space Mountain at Disney World. Like, you know?
Exactly.
100%.
He's already been doing that for Chelsea's new title.
Right. So that's the type of guy he is. And I really think that I think he's a good name. Like when AEW first came around, they put the belt on Jericho, even though we all thought it was going to be Adam Page. And then we quickly changed our mind and we were like, okay, Jericho's the right one because Jericho's a name. He can get it across. People will follow, oh, Jericho, blah, blah, blah. I think Matt Cardona can really have something being the ROH champ and people gravitating to him.
Also, you put the title on Cardona. Somebody from WWE is going to be advertising your title also, because that means Chelsea will be one half of the ROH world. Right.
I love this little gimmick that they have for them. I think him getting released by WWE was the best thing to ever happen for this man. And I'm just, absolutely.
It's so fun. And tomorrow night, it's going to be so fun. Also, going to be a really fun pay-per-view, ROH Final Battle. Cannot wait to watch it. Hopefully, you guys are all tuning in. Also, guys, have a fantastic week. Have a happy holiday. Next week, we will see you next week reviewing yet another Ring of Honor right here with Mark of Honor. Guys, you are the best. We are just trying to be like you. Never forget, we're not just smart marks. We're heel marks.
We're heel marks.